What's small group communication? Small group communication is defined as 3 or more people working together interdependently for the purpose of accomplishing a task. What are the limits on group size to be a small group? If a group has less than 3 members and more than 15, it cannot be defined as a small group. Interdependence is another part of group communication. Interdependence is the process by which a change in one part affects all the other parts. Interdependence is not the same thing as independence, so try not to get the 3 confused. Along with those 2 aspects, small group communication is also considered a form of internal communication. Features of a small group. Now that we know what a small group is, we need to know the 6 key features of a small group. Group size, like mentioned before, between 3 and 15 people is ideal. Interdependence, a change in one part affects the others. Task, activity that the solution cannot be reached without participation from the whole group. Norms, the guidelines and rules implemented for the group when it comes to achieving the task. Identity, psychological and physical boundaries that distinguish a group member. Group talk, type of communication in which group members engage. Teams. So, now that you know what is involved in small groups, we can learn about what small groups can evolve into, which ideally is teams. A team relies very heavily on small group interactions. Therefore, a team is very similar to a small group, but it varies in 3 ways. Group members hold each other mutually accountable. Members show an extraordinary amount of involvement compared to normal groups. Members within the group are chosen very carefully. Advantages and disadvantages. While group work has its advantages, it also is important to know that it has its disadvantages as well. Unfortunately, many individuals consider the disadvantages of group work to outweigh its advantages. Neil Collamer, wrote an article about the advantages and disadvantages of group work in a classroom situation. He stated that much of the conflict in work groups in the classroom arises from different attitudes toward the work group experience. Each student may have different academic goals. It is understandable that everyone that is a part of the group are going to have different outlook and attitude about the group work, but they need to set them aside in order to have a positive outcome with the project. Giovanni stated several key factors of how it is easy to avoid work as a major disadvantage. When in a group, especially a large one, it is very easy for the person to avoid work and leave it to others to complete. It is possible to avoid your part in your small group when we are working with others, but it is important to participate and stay focused. If everyone is focused and participating equally, then your group task will get accomplished in a timely manner. The roles and responsibilities of the leader and the individual members working within a group or team are examined. The word role refers to how a person will behave and what function they will perform within the group as a whole. Group member roles: an established and repetitive pattern of communicative behaviors that members expect from each other. Group leadership: similar to group roles, whether you and your fellow group members engage in leadership is influenced by how you communicate with each other. Initiator-contributor role: whoever assumes this role is usually the group leader, and as the task leader, your group members rely on you to take charge. Information giver role: usually demonstrates the ability to provide and synthesize ideas and alternatives for the group. Orienter role: summarize your group's progress, question the solutions or of options agreed on by members. Recorder role: takes the minutes of meetings and records any other group actions that need to be stored for records. Encourager and harmonizer: the most essential are these 2 roles. As the encourager, you recognize the contributions made by each member and communicate with them to maintain positivity, and as the harmonizer, you mediate disagreements as they arise. It is possible for people to adapt to different team roles at different times, such as role flexibility. Team roles often become more prevalent when a team or group has had to mature and develop cohesiveness. Role flexibility refers to possessing the skills and abilities necessary to play an important role in group effectiveness. Group conflict can be good. In most groups, there can be some conflict, but it can also help and be beneficial to the group because it can help spark up ideas. Small groups can help members think of different viewpoints and ideas they might not have otherwise considered on their own. Group conflict continued. Group conflict can help members talk out their ideas with the group and can help you compare your ideas with theirs, and it can help reinforce your ideas to make them better or give you a different look on the situation and bring different ideas and viewpoints that you may have overlooked before. Not everyone in a group is going to have the same opinions and viewpoints, and sharing these opinions with your group can help offer everyone a new perspective and generate new ideas. Thanks for watching. Citations. All right, time for Jeopardy!